What if I told you the most celebrated car of 2025 isn't a Bugatti, isn't a Ferrari, and isn't even made of metal? No, it's a 100-year-old wooden race car that just beat the world's most exotic machines at Pebble Beach. This is the story of the Hispano-Suiza Tulipwood Torpedo and why it just shocked the entire automotive world. Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance is often called the Oscars of the car world, the place where only the most extraordinary machines earn the title of Best of Show. Most people think the winners are always the same: polished chrome Duesenbergs, Bugattis, or pre-war Rolls-Royces dripping in elegance and excess. Cars with big names and even bigger engines. But this year, history flipped the script. Instead of a predictable multi-million-dollar icon, a wooden-bodied racer from 1924, a car some call the Mona Lisa on wheels, took home the crown. Yes, you heard that right. The Hispano-Suiza Tulipwood Torpedo, a century-old French-built machine with a span. So, in this video, we're gonna break down 3 things: why this car was even built and who dreamed it up, how a body made of literal mahogany, planks, and rivets survived 100 years and a racing career, and finally, why the Tulipwood Torpedo's restoration and victory at Pebble Beach is more than just a win. It's a reminder of what makes cars art. By the end, you'll see why this wooden Centurion racer isn't just a car. It's a time machine. The Hispano-Suiza Tulipwood Torpedo wasn't just a car. It was a commission by André Dubonnet, a man who could have walked straight out of a movie script. A World War I fighter ace, heir to the Dubonnet aperitif fortune, Olympic bobsledder, and yes, race car driver. In 1924, Dubonnet wanted something unlike anything else on the track. He turned to Hispano-Suiza, already famous for their engines and elegance, and partnered with French designer Henri Chausseriot and aircraft builder Newport Astra. The result? A race car skinned in wood, built like an airplane fuselage, and powered by an 8.0 inline 6. It wasn't just for show. This wooden marvel placed 6th in the Targa Florio and 5th in the Coppa Florio the same year. Imagine blasting around Italian mountain roads at speed, strapped into what was essentially a polished mahogany canoe on wheels. Think about it. In 1924, when most cars were still basic machines, Dubonnet was racing a coach-built piece of art that foreshadowed lightweight design philosophies that wouldn't catch on until decades later. This wasn't nostalgia. It was a century ahead of its time. And here's the kicker. While everyone remembers Ferraris and Lamborghinis, almost no one knew this car existed. Until now. Fast forward 100 years. Anything made of wood usually doesn't survive long, let alone something thrashed on racetracks. The Tulipwood Torpedo had become more legend than reality until Penny and Lee Anderson bought it at Pebble Beach in 2022. They turned it over to RM Auto Restoration, who spent more than 12,000 hours and nearly 2 years researching, sourcing, and painstakingly restoring every detail. They even tracked down 100-year-old mahogany to ensure authenticity. The car's paper-thin 1/8-inch panels, held together by thousands of aluminum rivets, had to be rebuilt to aircraft-level precision. Think about that dedication. Restoring a car that was essentially a sculpture, knowing that one slip could ruin a century-old masterpiece. Gord Duff of RM Sotheby's put it perfectly. This is the Mona Lisa of cars. And just like the Mona Lisa, when the wraps came off, the world couldn't look away. Winning Pebble Beach isn't just about having the rarest or most expensive car. It's about a machine that tells a story, that stands for something bigger. By crowning the Tulipwood Torpedo as Best of Show, the judges didn't just honor a restoration. They honored a vision of car design as art, a reminder that cars can be bold experiments, not just machines. This win connects the past and the future. In 1924, the Tulipwood was an outlier. built by dreamers who ignored convention. In 2025, it's a symbol of why we fall in love with cars in the first place. Not just because they move us, but because they move our imagination. So the next time you think Pebble Beach is only about polished chrome and predictable winners, remember the car made of mahogany planks that shocked the world. So there you have it, the 1924 Hispano-Suiza Tulipwood Torpedo, a car that proves wooden bodies can beat steel legends, that vision can outshine horsepower, and that sometimes the most daring ideas are the ones that last 100 years. If you've ever felt like the world only rewards the obvious choices, let this car remind you. Sometimes the boldest risks create the most timeless rewards. Drop in the comments. Do you see the Tulipwood Torpedo as a race car, a work of art, or both? I'll be replying to your takes. And if you love these deep dives into the cars that shock history, make sure to subscribe.